All right, all right, all right. Don't worry about it, Cindy. I'm having a little fit here. Don't worry about it. Good morning, guys. God bless you. Here on the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring Waco Team with Cindy J, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. We are in the building, live on Facebook, also YouTube, and all other platforms. Thank you so much. It's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right on a Tell It Tuesday. That's what we're doing today. We truly, truly appreciate y'all. Like I said, the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are in the building. I'm super excited to be here. This is the only place where you get your morning love, but most importantly, it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Cindy J, S to the E, double N Y, indicate the die. Cindy J, good morning. God bless you. That skin looking clear over there. That forehead's banging. Good morning. God bless you. And how are you?
Good morning, Sean. I'm doing great. Good morning to everybody listening. We have an amazing show for you today. Of course, we're going to get us kicked off with Tell It Tuesday, where we have a situation that one of our listeners wants to get off their chest and needs your help. So you want to stick around for that. We're also going to have Sunny Says, where I will let you know what's going on in Hollywood entertainment news. And we're finishing it off with Front Page News with Sunny J, where I will give you what's going on locally, nationally, and globally. So you want to make sure you stick around for all of that.
Yes, guys, please don't go nowhere. Please stay and enjoy this show this morning. Please like and share the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. We truly appreciate you. See, before we get into the show, man, I want to say that I'm feeling good right now. Uh, uh, got some rest. But I wanted to talk about something last night talk about something that happened last night, Cindy, that impacted the whole world, and it impacted me in real time.
Okay.
CJ, I was in New York City yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
Doing what I do, Cindy.
It was a nice day.
And it was a nice day outside, and I'm in the hood, but I'm driving around. And Cindy J, I was in Queens, New York yesterday afternoon, right?
Right.
And guess what? I was heading back home to, out here, where we live, out here in Pennsylvania. It's Cindy. Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, had landed at LaGuardia Airport City, and I got caught in the traffic.
What?
City, the man had a motorcade like if he was the current president of the United States, CJ. I was wondering why the traffic is because New York City has heavy traffic, CJ.
Right.
You already know that. Just on a regular day, we know everybody knows New York City and heavy traffic. And I knew that it was going to be heavy traffic anyway, just on a normal day heading back home to Pennsylvania, CJ. And Cindy, I got caught in the Donald Trump motorcade.
Come
I
on.
was behind the motorcade. CJ, the state troopers and the ambulance, and there was about 7 or 8 other cars. They took over the whole highway. Cindy, they blocked off the exits. Donald Trump had a smooth ride from LaGuardia Airport to Trump Towers on 57th Street or 58, wherever it is in Fifth Avenue. And they blocked off all the roads for this dude, like if he was the current president. In New York City at 4:30, whatever time it was in the afternoon. See, the traffic was already backed up. But do Donald Trump, who was a former president of the United States, whether we like it or not, does he get this preferential treatment that they block? City, they blocked off the exit. Like you couldn't get on, you know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't get on the exit.
Yeah. You know
His
how many
car was
assassins?
driving, and they were slow driving, like they was doing a drive-by in Compton, LA.
I'm weak.
I couldn't believe that I was sitting in traffic with the rest of us mere mortals because the King Donald Trump, who flew in from Florida, who landed at LaGuardia, Cindy J, and they blocked the Cindy. Not only did they block the roads off while he was going through Queens, they did it in Manhattan, down the FDR Drive. Cindy, the man made it from LaGuardia Airport to Trump Towers in literally 7 minutes, driving at 40 miles an hour. They blocked the whole roads off for the King Donald Trump.
I believe it.
And I'm like, and my whole thing, I'm scratching my head because he's being indicted tomorrow. We could get into all into into what's going on and why he's in New York. But does this man deserve that type of treatment? Is this guy a security risk like that? Do we have to block? See, the ambulance,
Yeah.
like 5 state troopers and 7 other cars for one guy.
But isn't it former presidents, they get Secret Service for life?
I think the former presidents do get Secret Service for life. I really do. I think so. We might have to look that up, but that makes sense to me.
So they got to make sure he got a clear path. They're doing their job. Of course, he does not deserve that ish, but he has a lot of people trying to take him out. So I understand why they did all that for him.
But Cindy, do you know we all do, and welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your money right. Cindy, we all know the frustrations of just driving in heavy traffic in a metropolitan area. But to know that you have to yield to someone, a VIP, the president, and I can understand if it was my good friend, President Joe Biden, who's a friend of mine. Hey Joe, what's going on? Holla at your boy. Call me 570-982-6950. I proudly voted for you, unlike Cindy J. I could see that. But for Donald Trump, for them to stop to close down the Grand Central Parkway, to go over the RFK Bridge, to come down the FDR Drive, and all the lanes are closed, I don't know about that. And I got caught in it, Cindy.
Well, now you know about it. Make sure nobody important is traveling that day.
So I fell into the realm of the Donald Trump. I was in that Make America Great Again movement, Cindy J. I was trapped up in the whole, Cindy, and cars behind me, everybody was pissed off. So, because Cindy, they blocked off the roads and they were driving slow. So you couldn't get past the barricade cars because the way the cars were angled. They know how to, maneuver these cars and jam everybody up. And if anybody would have went past that barricade, it was a wrap. They were gunning you down.
Wow.
And then, of course, when he went, when he made his detour and went south down into Manhattan, of course, Cindy J, the traffic built up. And man, I was on that George Washington Bridge forever to head back. And right now, even though I never was a Donald Trump fan, we already know how we feel about this dude, Donald Trump. I'm going to tell you right now, I felt the wrath of the madness of the King Donald Trump. And I really don't like this guy now, CJ, because I've dealt with this guy firsthand by sitting in all this traffic.
What? That's the least. That should be the least of your worries with Donald Trump is the traffic. He has way more things to be mad at him about besides that. But I can see that being the icing on the cake for you. That's the final straw.
Yeah, because Cindy, you don't know what people going through, especially in anywhere in the world, but especially in New York City. Somebody could snap mentally by sitting in traffic like that.
So you felt like your life was in danger waiting for Trump to pass?
No, I felt like I was gonna snap. Like you ever drove a car and you were ever frustrated and you ever banged on the dashboard, you ever beat the horn or did the steering wheel or went Cindy, have you ever in a car? I've done that thousands of times. Cindy, have you ever acted out in a car emotionally crazy? You ever rolled the window down and started singing weird songs or making weird sounds to stay awake? You ever did anything like that, Cindy?
No, I'm just joking.
Exactly.
Not weird sounds to stay awake.
City, you never did that. City, I remember just driving on the highway, and I'll just put the window down, driving 60 miles an hour, damn near half asleep, and I go, "Hoo, hoo, hoo, hoo."
What? Does that help?
Yeah, so you go, "Hoo, hoo." So you never made weird sounds to keep you awake while you drive it?
I mean, I guess I could have, but there is like the music. You can like,
Nah, we going past the point of the music. The music don't work no more. The music, City, the
the,
music don't work no more.
the
You
music
put
ain't
the
playing no
windows
more,
down
right?
and you start going, whoo. You never did that?
No, I mean, I don't think I have. I've never consciously been like, okay, I'm gonna like start hyping myself up. I don't know. I've never done that.
So
Maybe I
you
should
never
try it.
you never hyped yourself up for driving like you so Cindy, listen, you ever did the 1 second nine? You ever did this? Cindy, you ever did this while you driving?
Not that far, but my eyes do close. I'm like that. It's more like that, not nodding off into the other seat, but I'm like, your eyes closed for a second.
Cindy, when I was a little boy and my father was driving the car, and back in those days you could drink and drive. It wasn't it wasn't a crime back then to drink and drive.
Right, right.
Cindy, we were driving, coming back from Alabama, wherever we was coming back, and my father was driving in that uh 1969 Buick 225 Electra. It was a two-door, and it was the size of a hearse, with
Oh
the
my goodness.
vinyl seats and the little power window knobs. And Cindy, I don't know, my father would, because my mother didn't drive.
Okay.
My mother never drove. I've never seen my mother drive a
Shout out to her. Shout out to her. It's overrated. It's very overrated. You don't
car.
need to drive Mama Harvey. We got
Cindy,
this.
I never saw my mother drive a car. But my father, right? Guess what? I don't know where we was coming from. And we was on the George Washington Bridge. Cindy, I was a little boy. I was in the back seat. And my father was driving, and he was so tired, Cindy, that he fell asleep driving. And I mean, fell asleep like his head fell back on the headrest, and he was like this.
Oh my
And my
God.
mother smacked him on the head, like, wake up. Yo, we could
Oh
have
my
died that
God.
day, CJ. Put a number one chat room if you ever made weird sounds to stay awake while you driving uh, and you was trying to stay awake. Let's be honest, that happened to me several times.
Not
Uh,
several.
excuse me.
I said not several times.
Yeah, that's happened to me several times. Put a number one chat room if you just barely made it home. And I'm not talking about the drinking and driving part. I'm just talking about just plain tired. Because in my drinking days, Cindy J, of course, there was one time when I used to live in the Poconos in Marshall Creek. I used to live on Marshall Creek. I used to live on Oak Grove Drive between 209 and 402. Only the locals would know that in the Poconos.
What a time to be alive.
Right. It was great years while I was by myself in that house after the family left me. In Sydney, one day I was drinking, and I don't know what I was like at some the local pub, like like Muller's, like you know what I'm talking about, Muller's, but just any like local pub wherever you guys, wherever you live. And it was a short ride from this particular Muller's, Cindy J, to where I used to live. It was literally maybe not even 10 minutes drive, like 8 minutes, right down the road. Make a right, go up the hill, and I'm home.
Right.
And in Muller's, I don't know. This is before I had stopped over there after we did the show in Fernwood. And I went there because that's when I was drinking. I was by myself that night. We did the comedy show. I don't know what the hell Sauce was doing, but I went and stopped over at Muller's. And this was a particular bar, Cindy J, where they had, I don't even know if they still have it, but they had like a $4 Hennessy shot and $5. Like it was like the drinks were very inexpensive. And Cindy, I must have threw back four Hennessy shots back to back to back to back to back. Chase that down with two cold Heinekens.
Ooh, yeah.
Now remember, I was already twisted when I got there.
Right.
And Cindy, something triggered in my mind and said, "Let's get the hell out of here." I don't know. For some reason, when people get drunk, and I'm not joking about this. This is I know this is serious. Drinking and driving is a serious. It's a serious subject, trust me. But for me, every time I got twisted, I always had to leave the bar. When
It's
I
time to go.
it's time. Where am I going? I'm going to hell if I don't pray. But where the hell am I going? Boom, 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 throwing back. I'm twisted. And when you twisted, I look like this. When I'm twisted, I got twisted look. And Cindy, I said, I got to get the hell out of here. And Cindy, that's the only thing I could remember. Okay, we having an honest moment here. I'm not advocating the drinking and driving. Cindy, that's the only thing I remember. The next thing I remembered, I woke up in a panic at my house in my bedroom. I jumped up because I thought I hit something or somebody. I run downstairs, Cindy. I didn't even use the bathroom. I didn't do nothing. I jumped up out of my sleep, ran downstairs, opened the door of the house. At that time, I was living by myself
Right.
in this big ass house. And Cindy, I ran to the car. And Cindy, there wasn't a scratch on the car. There was nothing. Cindy, and I'm not advocating none. Thank
Cause
God
I'm
for
I'm
Jesus.
over here like, what's about to happen?
Cindy, nothing happened. And if it did, I didn't even know that. I couldn't even tell you. And, and I got to share this moment. This is an honest moment for me. I just didn't know. The last thing I remember was I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And then the next moment, I woke up the city. The sun was up. It was like 9:30 in the morning. So after I looked over the car, there was no damage. I didn't see no blood. I'm looking for blood down the driveway. I don't know what I was bugging out, CJ, when I didn't see any evidence of any foul play or anything wrong. You know, I'm waiting. I'm listening for the news to see if there was some kind of hit and run going down. And after that, I went and got me a coffee, and I went back to sleep for 3 hours.
What? Well,
On since we're talking about a Tell It Tuesday.
yeah, Sean, but that was the most energized anticlimactic story I've ever heard in my life.
Thank you. Let's clap for me. Sinning, nothing happened. Now, did I ever do that again? Hell no. But hey, put number one chat room if you ever experienced something like that, or am I the only one? Uh,
Well, of course. But I don't know. That experience was, really great. I mean, there have been times when I've driven from New York to back to PA and I literally don't remember the drive. Like, I don't remember. I'm like, how did I get here?
right. See, so you've been through the same type of experience, right? It's
I think it's
scary.
right.
I mean, of course, I would rather go through that experience than wake up in some jail and they like ran over five people and like all that. I'd rather have the first experience. But I don't advocate that. But I'm just sharing
But I don't think
what I've been through.
I wasn't drunk. I was just like very, very tired. Like, I feel like I started driving from New York, nodded off like three times, and then I was at the Delaware Watergate Bridge. So I was like, whoa, like, I literally don't remember the drive. Like, because I was like, I've been driving for an hour and some change, and I don't remember it, but I know I'm here now. Okay. And then it seemed like once I got to the bridge, I was like more awake.
But Cindy, you didn't make any of those weird sounds. Like you didn't put the window down and go, whoo. You didn't do none of that.
No,
You
I
turned the
like
music
my
up.
go to, I'll turn the music on or I'll roll down the window. like to have the wind hitting your face. But in the summertime, that's kind of like a can't really help yourself there.
Put a number one in the chat room if you was ever tired as hell and
But what you need to do, y'all, is just pull over. Nobody ever wants to pull over. You just need to pull over, set an alarm for 15 minutes, and you'll be fresh as a daisy, ready to go. You got to pull over. I don't know why we try to drive through it because tired driving is drunk driving. You know what I'm saying? You go through the same, symptoms. So be careful.
Cindy, guess what? I got a story about that one too before we get into our Tell It Tuesday. Uh, since I'm telling on myself. And welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you
Yeah,
get your morning
it's
start right.
kind of
Please
a
like and
lot.
share the Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Featuring the Wake
Your
Up Team.
story? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you gonna say?
No, no, you go ahead.
Sean Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Oh, Jesus Christ, CJ. Remember two big dates, three big dates that's coming up at the end of the month. We have the charity bowling event with Sean Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team and Pretty Confidence. That's LaShawn Brown Oliver. Please, this is the last Sunday of the month of April. We'll be at the Bar Done Bowling Lanes. That's 3700 Nickel Street in Easton, Pennsylvania. Bowling for Blood, I believe that's what it's called. Now I gotta make sure I
Not
get that
bowling
right.
for
Bowling
blood.
for Blood.
Is
Uh,
that a working title
that, does,
or are we
does that is
sticking with
that?
that?
I'm saying that wrong. I gotta look at the flyer. Please, guys, just disregard that. I know LaShawn Oliver is like Sean. But anyway, come on out. We want you to come on out on the last Sunday in April to the Bardno's Bowling Lanes, 3700 Nickel Street, Easton, Pennsylvania. We got teams lined up. It's going to be a very special event, and we're super excited about it. Also, May the 11th, we at the IMU 831 South Delaware Drive. No, May 11th, we're at Comedy in Harlem. Comedy in Harlem, that's right. Comedy in Harlem, live podcast, comedy show and after party. Cindy J live in person, Miss Miko live in person, your boy Harvey live in person at Comedy in Harlem, 508 East 117th Street, New York City. Doors open up at 6, showtime 7. Cindy J, Memorial Day weekend on the 29th, I believe, of or no, the 28th of May. Guess what? The Latin assassin, the super hilarious Mark Vieira, who we love on this show, will be performing live at the IMU 831 South Delaware Drive, Eastern Pennsylvania.
You guys don't want to miss that. Love Mark. He's so
So
funny.
we
He's
got a
such a
lot on
funny
deck for you
guy.
guys. So y'all come on out, man. We have charitable events, we got live podcasts, and we have hilarious comedy shows. So come on out and hang out with us. Now, put them on chat room if you had a hard time making it home. Not the drinking and driving. You was just so it was the story that Cindy just revealed to us, where she nodded off at the George Washington Bridge and nodded all the way to the Delaware Water Gap. Uh, and guys, do you have any one of those stories? Put a number in the chat room if you do. I'll put a number two if you're not. All right, Cindy, on Tell It Tuesday, I'm going to yield the time over to you, guys. Don't forget this Thursday and Friday, Miss Miko's in the building for her tips and all the things that she do here on the show here. So we're excited for you guys to uh, support our show each and every day. And thank you so much. Monday through Friday, only place on earth where you get your morning started. Right, Cindy. Before you get into your Tell It Tuesday, I like that shirt you wearing. God bless you.
Oh, thank you, Sean. Um, okay, so this Tell It Tuesday is actually something that's going on like in my friend group. And so we've been talking about it a little bit. So I was like, I'm gonna say it for a Tell It Tuesday. So I wanna know like what's going on with I want to know how everybody feels about this, okay? Because, like I said, Tell It Tuesday, you guys can definitely write it to the show, the Shawn Harvey Morning Show at gmail.com. If you have good news you want to tell us, if there's a situation going on in your community, if there's something that's going on with you personally, you just don't know what to do, we are here for you. So you can just write in, let us know. I like these stories to be authentic as possible. Of course, I could just go online and put something off the internet, but I love our little community that we've built, and I know y'all be going through some drama. So let us know, okay? So we can talk about it. So this situation that's actually going on right now, just to give you a little background, Um, one of my friends, she's working really hard in her relationship. Her man, be there, but he is on the cheap side. Literally, he is. So it's always a struggle to get him to like want to go out, spend money and doing things. One of those people. We got food at home. We don't need McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And right now, her birthday is coming up. There's three birthdays that are coming up. It's my friend's birthday is coming up in May, along with his daughter's birthday, and then his birthday is rounding out the end of the month. So you got a trifecta of birthdays going over here. Now, she was saying about how, she was thinking about going on a little trip, maybe just the two of them getting away. Um, but the other day, he brought it up to her that he thinks that they should go out one night or like one day, like make it a day thing to celebrate all of their birthdays together. She feels like, of course, that it's a cop out, you know, because then you don't really have to. Number one, you don't really have to put in no effort. You don't really kind of like spend some money because you could just separate them all together too. But I feel like we feel like he's trying to be selfless by being like, oh, well, I'm throwing my birthday in there too. But at the end of the day, sir, we all really know what it is. So she wants to know, should she just do the group thing and just settle, in essence, for this group birthday? Or should she put her foot down and push for the separate birthdays and really make this an issue? That's what we have for Tell It Tuesday. What do you guys think?
Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? See, if I say that one more time, I'm gonna slam my head up against the wall. Uh, I know you guys miss me when I talk to the wall. We'll get that together later on in June or July when we get these camera angles right. Don't worry about it. Tell it Tuesdays. Thank you so much once again, Cindy J, for sharing. Your friend sounds very empathic, very a lot of codependent issues. Like myself, I'm very codependent.
I'm gonna be neutral. I'm gonna be neutral. Go ahead.
I'm
Go
very
ahead.
codependent, and that's what's going on here. Is it she's settling? No, I don't think she's settling. It's just that this is the way that this woman is built. If it was, it's not even the guy. It could be another guy. Um, uh, yeah, she doesn't have enough courage to bring it up, and she's tired. The guy's very cheap, and this is probably what she's probably, I'm sorry to say, used to, I guess. I don't know. Maybe she's never seen another side of another man. And this guy probably sounds very controlling as well. She might even be scared of this guy
Why is she scared?
because why would you even suggest, listen, let's group up our birthdays? That shouldn't, that a grown ass man is not going to say that. I'm not going to say to my wife, our birthdays is around the same time or whatever. Let's all group up and celebrate together. What man would say that to another grown ass woman?
Right,
Because her
right.
birthday is her birthday. It's a moment to celebrate not only her birthday, obviously, but for you to show the effort and the love that you have for this woman exclusively for this special day. Obviously, this guy is not built for that because the one thing I do appreciate about him, he's broke as hell. We all know it. She knows it, and she's dealing with it.
I mean,
At least he's not perpetrating a fraud saying that he has money and he's broke. That's a different issue.
but that's the thing. He's not necessarily broke. He's not on child support. He has his own place. He works. He's also going to school right now. He's trying to get his nursing license. But it's like he can have money to do something.
So
You
wait a
know,
minute. So
he
wait a minute.
just chooses not to. I feel like
Okay.
he's a
So
decent.
is he broke or is he cheap? Which one is it? Because it
He's
doesn't
cheap.
even it doesn't matter. It's almost the same thing. Why? Because it drums up those same feelings. So if he's broke and he's like, I can't do this, and women are like, Dad, he broke, he can't even take me out. Or if he's cheap and it's like, you got the money and you still can't take me out, it's still the same feeling that the woman is going to have. This woman, two things. The young lady, get out of it. This is a hot mess. You got to get out of this. You're sharing your birthday with a man that's cheap as I was getting ready to curse. Oh my God. You celebrate, you're compromising all your true beliefs, if you have any. You allowing this man to run rampant through your whole cipher. He has you feeling inadequate. You're a codependent. That I do understand because I am as well. And you're settling for the BS. You're right. The moment he came proposed, like, hey, let's all share together and let's do this, she should have stopped and go, nope, I want you to do something for my birthday, and I don't want to do the sharing situation, which might have would have triggered him to go left and start arguing, and here come the controlling, situation. Uh, I feel, do I feel bad for this woman? No, you're a grown ass woman. You got to make a decision. I mean, I don't know. Is he piping you down? Is he giving you the 13 foot, 13 inches of and got you? Is he banging his big penis on your forehead? That's distorting your true principles. Maybe that might be the case. I don't know. But even if that is the case, you can't settle for this. This is ridiculous. He's cheap. And what woman want to be with a man that's cheap? I listen. Sometimes, CJ, I'll tell you the truth. Like, right randomly, I'll put $50, $100 down there for my wife. I get just here. And she be like,
Oh,
"What's that for?" Just nothing.
just randomly,
Just
throw it.
randomly, whatever. And that's not a whole lot of money. But my whole thing is just the thought process of doing that. You want to do the best to your ability to make your lady feel loved and feel wanted and know that you're thinking about her. And now for you to not to be cheap like that, you're not thinking about this person. You're being very selfish because you're like, well, you know what? I'm in nursing school. I got to get my degree. I got to do this and I got to do that. And I'm not spending no money to go out. And we could do this together because I'm gonna get my degree. And bitches ain't shit. And you can leave me when you want to. No, no, sir. No, sir. You going too hard body with this. Take her out. It's her birthday.
Right.
You can afford it. Spend $500. Minimum. Take her
Yes,
to a
yes,
nice
Sean.
restaurant that's two and
Energy,
change, and give
energy,
her the $300 and let her go on about her business.
energy, energy, energy.
But I'm just saying, like, but I would. Like, say if my wife came to me and go, we sharing our birthdays together and I ain't giving you no money and no. I'm like, no, we can't. No, I'm not. I can't deal with that.
Right.
And young lady, get out this relationship. This is ridiculous.
Now you just wanted you wanted to get out of the whole thing. Well, I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
get
lie.
out of it. Because
That's
it's
what
gonna
I
get
did too.
worse. It's gonna get
But
worse.
everybody in love nowadays or whatever. But this is what love gets you. You see, this is what love gets you. Compromises,
No,
settling.
no, no. It's
No,
not. No, whoa. It's nothing wrong with love, bro.
okay, but listen.
You're hating on love. That's different. We
Well,
analyzing a situation with a woman that's empathic and codependent. That's probably a loving person who has a great heart, and that's what the sharks do. They take advantage of people who have great hearts and that are just kind people, and they hit them with, "I'm not buying you nothing." Women, to this young lady, get out of this relationship. How does she look, by the way?
she's beautiful. Her body's nice. She makes good money. She's
So
pretty.
she got self-esteem issues. Then she got self-esteem issues, and he's probably piping her down.
Oh my gosh.
And there's a man like you, women could talk to her and give her
I
advice and
mean, I
suggestions, and
think
she's not going to take it.
yeah. I mean, I think what it is she's trying to be like, she's like she's she's very non-confrontational as well. Like she's go with the flow. She's kind of like she doesn't need a man to do anything, so she respects what he got, what he has going on. But it's just like, dang, like you even like you're really because they've been together for like a little less than a year, maybe a year. So it's like she's just she's just I guess a little bit surprised that he's really coming out with this to say like, oh yeah, let's share the birthday. And then it's like also like your daughter, she doesn't get to spend a lot of time with you. Like, why don't you want to show her that she's important? You want her celebrating the birthday with your girlfriend? Like, it's
Well, wait a
just
minute. Who has the
giving not
daughter?
trying.
Who has the daughter?
The guy, he has a daughter. His daughter is 13.
Oh my God. So that's
So
what it is. He's pipe. They just started a relationship. He's piping her down. She's love drunk.
she's trying to be understanding, like, because she doesn't want to be like one of those girls that's like, no, you got to do this for me. But I said sometimes that's necessary. I mean, of course it's all about your tone and how you say it, but I think he's is old enough to understand, no, I don't want to have a group birthday. It's my day. You're lucky I'm allowing you the opportunity to celebrate it with me because I could be out with my girls. We're giving up prime days, Fridays, Saturdays to do something. And you want, like, what do you want us to do? Where are we going? Medieval times? Like, what's this about?
I don't feel. I don't feel. I'm just a young lady. If you're listening, I don't feel sorry for you. I did. I don't. You got to make a decision. You can't. It's going to get worse.
So she should bring it up. So she needs to say something.
Yeah, she needs to say something. And but I would even say I can't do this no more. I'm out. It's just going to get worse for her. I'm sorry. I mean, he has a 13-year-old daughter. He's not spending any money. He has his own priorities. He don't give a damn about her. He's piping her down, and then he's probably going to move on to the next. Miss, get out of this terrible relationship that you're in. This is a bad relationship, and thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. You're a beautiful woman. You have a lot going on for yourself, and she doesn't have any kids, right?
Yep, no kids, 36 years old.
Well, she has no kids and is 36 years old, and that means something is, the lights on, or something might, the lights on or
No,
something.
Sean, we're not gonna do that. That's not what we're gonna do on my friend. She's very smart. Love her. Don't listen to
Well,
him, girl.
there's some character defects for her as well. But in this point, this guy is not good for you, young
How
lady.
about she
Bail
was
out
in
of there. You're
school?
36. You're 36.
How
You're
about
not,
she was getting into her career?
you're,
How about
you're,
how about it's giving she has a life to live besides raising these damn
you're
kids?
36 years old. That means you're middle age. Okay. Um, get out of this relationship and live your life. You're attractive young woman. Attractive people attract other attractive people. You'll be fine. Go back out there and start dating. And this is a new relationship. Cindy just said that you've been dating for less than a year or whatever. So you can get out of that, move on, be single, and meet somebody else. Get out of this relationship. This is a cheap man that's not spending any money, that has a 13-year-old daughter. God knows we need to talk to his baby mother because that report got to be horrific. Because if he's treating you like this, no matter what she did, what he did to her, so I would say get out of this thing, young lady. I know it might. And the only reason why I say this, you don't really have no connections. You know what I'm saying? Do they live together?
No, they don't live together.
So, right. So they don't live together. You don't have a child by this young man. You can separate and get out of that thing. I would get out. I don't want to be with no woman that's cheap like that.
Sean is like, get out now.
Get out.
Run.
And you
Uh,
fine as hell too. I would get out of there.
yeah,
Folks in the
because
chat room, what's your thoughts? Cindy, what's your thought on this?
yeah, no, I'm with you, Sean. I think you should. I mean, I told her to bring it up. Like, I think you should. I mean, you took it a step further, but I'm never an advocate for anybody to break up because I don't know, because I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So I know that there's other feelings there and all that other type of stuff. So maybe it is something that you can work through. But if it is a genuine concern and it does lead to breaking up, at least he'll know like what it was about. And I do think that you should bring it up to him and let him know, like, I'm not settling for that. So it's giving, come up with something else. And if you can't, or if, because it's not that you can't, it's that you won't. So if that's not what you gonna do, then I know how to proceed from here. Because basically you're telling me that I'm not good enough to be celebrated on my own, or that I don't deserve what I want, and that's just unacceptable. So
I hear you, and I say this, I say get out of there because this is a new relationship. It's just going to get worse as time
I
go
mean,
by.
it's true though, because men are pretty much who they are going to be. So if he's a
Right,
cheap individual, he's going to continue to be cheap,
right.
and it's always going to be an uphill battle. So
And I say this like, and even with not only just speaking for me, just generally speaking with men, when men find that women and they pursue them or want to fall in love with them, men go all out.
yeah.
I know when I met my wife, I went all out. Like that first year, that year and a half, do I still go all out now? Maybe, and maybe so, maybe I don't know. But my whole thing
Uh-uh.
is,
Where's Tanya?
excuse me, but
Girl.
maybe, maybe not. But what I'm saying is, she no, I mean I go out for my wife all the time. But if you know what it is, most men know when they get into a relationship and they have some type of money in their pocket, they're gonna spend that money. They're not gonna be cheap. They're gonna do what they can to win over the love and affection with a woman, and finances has everything to do with that. Finances have everything to do. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. So if he's being cheap now at 6 months, let's say 6 months into the relationship, he's not changing.
Yeah.
This is who this guy is. I'm sorry to say. And
Mm.
sir, you need to call in 570-982-6950 and break off some of that money to your lady. Take her out, bro.
I hate not even just men, but like cheap people, period. Like I understand budgeting and all of that, but come on, like money is here to be spent. Okay? Spend it. Don't
And
like why you going out to keep your money? Like stay home. Decline the invite. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I
right.
hate
Just stay to yourself if that's what you're gonna do, but don't put nobody else through your nonsense.
like we're all going out to dinner and you literally with the bill like, well, I had salad, I had water, I'm not paying for y'all alcohol. Like just stay home. It's giving stay home. So
If I saw a dude do that at a comedy show one time on the reverse tip. It was him, his lady, and his lady had three of her friends with her. And this dude, I thought did the right thing. I was sitting at the table with them before I went on stage to perform, and that's the only reason why I was sitting there. I didn't know these people. And
not what you're
he
thinking it.
goes, "Hey, what do you want?" To his lady. She ordered her drinks and whatever. He looked at her friends and said, "Ladies, what do you guys want?" Which I thought in my mind is the right thing to do because I would have did the same thing.
Yeah.
But the girlfriend got mad at him
Mm.
later on in the night. Like, why did you buy these chicks drinks? And I think that this was something that he was doing just for the kindness of his heart. He offered, he offered to buy a drink for his lady. Look at his girlfriends and he said, "Do you guys want anything to drink?" I didn't see anything wrong with that. But she took it a whole nother way. And at the end of the night, he was like, and I didn't even know this guy. He was like, my lady's mad. I said, "What happened?" "Yo, I bought her girlfriend's drink and now she's tripping." So my question to you, Cindy, just to segue on the Tell It Tuesday. If you was in a relationship and a guy, you walked into the club or the comedy show and your four girlfriends were there and he was there and he said, "Listen, honey, what you want to drink?" "Hey, I want this." And looked at the four girlfriends and said, "Hey, ladies, what are you drinking?" Are you buying drinks for them? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'd actually be mad if he didn't pay.
Right.
If not only that he didn't ask, but that he just didn't pay. I'd be like, why are you even asking? Just you know what it is.
Right. So men, you know what it is. If you with your lady or whoever you would, and they with their two girlfriends, and you offer your women something to drink, offer the two girlfriends something to drink. Now, this guy that you're talking about, that's your girlfriend's boyfriend or whatever, he's not doing that.
Oh hell no, he's not doing that.
He's
We've
not.
seen it.
Not only is he's not even buying you a drink, man. She's not even buying. He's sitting there looking crazy. You don't want to be with nobody like that. I wouldn't want to be with nobody like that. I'm sorry. If I'm with my wife and we go out and her two girlfriends are there, I'm gonna say, honey, what you drinking? Okay, what y'all two drinking? And that's it.
Yeah.
Get out of the relationship, young lady. Cindy says work it out, whatever. I say get out of there.
I don't want to, because it's hard for single women sometimes to give our friends advice, especially veteran OG single lady like myself, who's put years in this thing of being single. Because when we're heavy on because a lot of these female problems can be solved by doing what? Just leaving them. But when the single friend says things like that, it's like, oh, you just want me to be like you. You just want me to be, and that's not it. But it's like, it's true, girl. Like, you could sit this one out and wait for somebody that wants to show you, instead of trying to be with somebody and trying to pull it out of them. Like, who has time for that? Like, we outside, you out here missing events and other things because okay, so we're going out, but you want to decline our invite to go out to have a good time, to stay with somebody who wants you to share his birthday, to share your birthday with their 13-year-old daughter. Like, that's what I'm saying. Why? Just leave that thing alone and come over here.
So
But I don't want to step on his
wait.
toes.
So wait a minute. Are you changing your viewpoints? Are you saying leave him, or just leave him and just hang out with us?
Well, yeah, I no, I mean, I always feel that way, but sometimes it's hard to convey that because when you constantly are just telling your friends, just leave, they make it seem like you're just trying to get them to be single to go out with you. You know what I mean? Like, they feel like I'm some bitter man hating, like, and I'm like, no, girl, I love love, but you need to get with people that deserve it. You over here with people that are obviously are not trying to give you what you want to experience.
Right. All right.
So
So what's your
I
thoughts,
always just
guys?
say work it out.
Let's clap for City. What's your thoughts, guys? Do you stay? Does this young lady stay and deal with this man who is obviously cheap? He has the daughter that's 13 years old. They're in a new relationship. She's a successful woman. She's 36 years old. She's fine as hell. She's empathic and codependent. I mean, what does she
Why
do?
are
Does she?
you throwing this empathic codependent on it? I don't think she's
Yes, she
codependent.
is very. She's dealing with that crap, and that's what it is. Should she stay and work it out with this guy, or should she bail her ass out of there? I say number one, bail out of there. Cindy, what's what one or two? Does she bail out? Bail out is number one. Two, work it out. Which one? I say number one, bail out. What you say, Cindy?
I think I mean, I do think she should bail out, but like, talk about it first. Like, work on it before you bail out. But the ultimate goal should be to bail.
Okay, that's two bailouts, guys. That's two bailouts. Let us know your thoughts in the chat room. We truly appreciate you on the
Sorry,
Super.
bro. If you hear this one day,
And then you know what? Back, but just before we move on to the news,
it's
and
her
I know
playing this
it must,
segment right next to him for me. No, but go
yeah.
ahead.
One more thing, just on that, I know it must be very painful for her to chop it up with her girlfriend. It's probably very embarrassing. I give her the credit for just even bringing it up to Cindy and all the other girlfriends. That could be so embarrassing for a woman to go out, I'm with this guy, but he cheap as hell. Just even to have that conversation could be just a tough one. So I give her credit for that.
Oh, well, thank you for that, Sean. I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
God bless you, young lady. I give you credit for that. All right, guys. Remember, don't
Nothing to
forget,
be.
Cindy J, Miss Miko, Shawn Harvey, live in person at Comedy in Harlem, 508 East 117th Street, New York City. That's Thursday, May the 11th. We need everyone in the building. And then after that, we have the comedy show with the super hilarious from Baltimore, Stiletto. She's hilarious. She'll be in the building. So y'all come on out and see her, DJ Hot Sauce, with the after party. That's May the 11th. May the 28th, I believe it is, Mark Vieira, the Latin assassin, one of the New York kings of comedy. HBO, Def Jam, BET's Comedy View, Comedy Central will be in Pennsylvania at the IMU 831 South Delaware Drive, Easton, Pennsylvania. Y'all come on out. Then we have our charity event. Also, that's Sunday, April the 30th. Reach out to myself, LaShawn Brown Oliver, for our charity event for the blood drive here in the Lehigh Valley at the Bart Dunn Lanes. That's 3700 Nickel Street, Easton, Pennsylvania. We're super excited about that. We need everyone to come into the building and you're coming out. Let's bowl for this blood drive. And we truly appreciate you. All right, see, and I know LaShawn going to be mad as hell that I'm butchering up this notification, but I'll get it right tomorrow. All right, Cindy, thank you so much for your Talent Tuesday. Let's move on to Cindy for some front page news. She's the S to the E double N Y, and you can't deny she got the front page news, y'all. She got the front page news, y'all.
Wow.
She's the S to the E double N Y, and you can't deny she got the front page news, y'all. Got the front page news, y'all. Go ahead, Cindy, with your black screen.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that, Sean. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I still have to do this because I don't know where my separate device is, but I will figure it out for you later. This
Hold on, wait. And don't forget, Friday, Cindy J, guess what? We're going to shout out the room. Where the hearts at? In the chat room. Hey, where the hearts at? In the chat room. Hey, where the hearts at? In the chat room. Hey, turn down for what? For what?
mm-mm. um they since you were speaking about Donald Trump, Sean, they are over here reporting that Donald Trump's attorney says his indictment will boost his brand and compares him to Tupac and the notorious B.I.G. I cannot with these people. During a recent appearance with media, Donald Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, drew the comparison, claiming the indictment is going to boost Trump's profile and popularity, similar to other celebs who went to jail like Tupac and Biggie. Donald Trump is Tupac. Donald Trump is Biggie Smalls. Donald Trump is his own brand. He is everything. This is just going to boost him. We've seen it in the polls. I mean, it's not a question, it's a fact. We've seen his polls go up. He's up 30 points. Um, Donald Trump is expected to surrender to law enforcement this week after being indicted by a Manhattan grand jury. He's facing more than 30 counts of business-related fraud stemming from his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, allegedly paying porn star Stormy Daniels $130,000 to remain quiet about their alleged affair. Um, Trump's campaign called the vote to indict political persecution and election interference at the highest level in history. Do you think that they're just making a circus out of this and he's not really going to get any time?
Well, first of all, thank you so much. S to the E double N Y, and you can't deny she got the front page news, y'all. She got the front page news, y'all. First of all, how you gonna compare Donald Trump and Biggie and Tupac? Let's knock it off.
I don't know. And I felt very racial undertones with that. I don't understand it, but whatever.
Okay, first of all, you can't even be compared to them. You're still alive, and you did nothing great. Tupac and Biggie Smalls did something great. You did nothing great but promote yourself to be president of the United States. You did nothing. You
Trash.
did sign the CARES Act. I mean, we did benefit off of that.
I'm weak.
No
Anybody would have did
disrespect.
the CARES Act.
No disrespect. Uh, yes, Donald Trump is the super narcissist. Remember, I used to call him King 45, Narcolicious 45. He drips with a lot of narc juice. It's got to be all about him, whether it's good, bad, or indifference with the publicity or whatever he's going through. And this is just up his lane. I just think that the American people, there's a large percentage of American people that are not being fooled about, all the effery that's going on with Donald Trump. Of course, he has his hardcore supporters that he's going to do no wrong. The Republican parties, they got to distance themselves from this dude if they can. They got to get a viable candidate or two to run against him. And it's time for Donald Trump to step to the side. He's getting indicted for some criminal charges or whatever he did. You can fill us in on that, but he's going to jail. I mean, I don't know if he's going to jail, but he's going to get indicted tomorrow. But the weird thing about it, it might work against the Republicans, where he becomes this martyr. He becomes this a victim of the Justice Department to stop him from running for president. So they could switch this thing all around. So beware, everybody.
But if he gets
What's
indicted,
going on with the president? I mean,
then
ex-president Donald Trump,
we got to go
former
into
president.
they're going, then he has to go for a trial. So this coming up is just to see if they have enough to take him to trial, right?
I believe so. Yes, I think they're going. I think they charged him with a crime, and he has to appear in court. I think that's what's going on here. See, I'm sorry, guys. Cindy and I are not abreast on what's going on with Donald Trump. We should be. We're doing news.
No,
We
you know what it
apologize
is
for
though?
that.
It's the thing is that the judicial process is a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's like all this talking, 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 and nobody, and paper shuffling. Like, let's get to the nitty gritty. What are you giving him? Or is this just all a big show? You know what I mean? I'm tired of them and their cases that take forever. So
Well, that's all I gotta say about Donald Trump. Tomorrow is if they're gonna make a big spectacle about this. Tomorrow he's gonna go into court. They're gonna watch him again. So he's just, with tying up traffic. He's gonna get a beeline traffic right down from Trump Towers down to the federal building. He's gonna go into court and they're gonna arraign him and whatever. They might even arrest him. They might put handcuffs on. I don't know what they're gonna do this to. I hope they allow the cameras in the courtroom so we can all see this, and then let's go on with our lives because that's what Donald Trump is all about. Is about Donald Trump, whether it's good, bad, or indifference. And this guy, man, just won't go away. This is third time running for president. Come on, Donald, knock it off, bro. You look more desperate than anything else.
right, exactly. You do. You do.
What else you got
Let me
before you
see.
got it?
A father is charged with murder after his 2-year-old son was found dead in an alligator's mouth. The search for a missing Florida toddler ended this past weekend when police found the child in the jaws of an alligator. Taylon Mosley, 2 years old, was the subject of an Amber Alert on Thursday after officials discovered his mother stabbed to death. The child's father, Thomas Mosley, faces 2 counts of first-degree murder for Taylon and Pashawn Jeffries' deaths. Thomas is being held without bond in Pinellas County Jail as of March 31st. The 21-year-old has pleaded not guilty to the murder charges via a public defender. Um, Pashawn's family visited her and Taylon at their apartment for Thomas's birthday celebration on March 29th. The record indicates his birthday was the same day. The 20-year-old mother and toddler were last seen alive at about 5:20 p.m., though neighbors reported hearing loud noises from the apartment at about 8:30 p.m. No one called the police. At her family's request, police conducted a wellness check on Pashawn on Thursday. However, they found a bloody homicide scene and the missing toddler. Described as a very violent scene by officials, Pashan's body had over 100 wounds. Following the discovery, officials issued an alert for Taylon. As officials combed the surrounding areas, officers spotted an alligator holding something in its mouth. Police shot the alligator, killing it and forcing it to loosen its jaws. After retrieving the body, they identified the child as Taylon Mosley. Officials transported him to the medical examiner's office to determine the cause of death. Police made the discovery near Dell Holmes Park, which is about 14 miles from where the child lived. This was her first month to have lived here and very happy to have a better place than what she had before, said her aunt. And for a 20-year-old, she was doing well. She wanted more out of life. The child's father became a suspect after checking himself into a hospital. His Cuts on his hands and arms correlated to a knife slipping during an attack. He reportedly refused to speak to investigators in the hospital. Um, the investigators believe he left her apartment and threw or placed the toddler in the lake. Then he went to his mother's house about 10 blocks away before checking into the hospital. Of course, the baby was described as a sweet and playful toddler. This is just really sad. So he's in jail, so we're gonna see how this plays out, but he should get life in jail for something like this.
So he took the baby and threw the baby in the lake, and the alligator ate the baby.
Well, the alligator didn't eat the child. He just had it in its mouth. So they don't know. Maybe he found it and brought it up to the surface because alligators eat their stuff in the water. So the alligator didn't eat the boy, and also maybe because they like it live. Like maybe he knew he was dead already. Like who knows? The alligator obviously was being compassionate, I feel, and they killed it. I don't know.
You got a compassionate alligator. What is the world coming to today?
Uh,
Uh, this guy right here,
Black people too.
black people. These are black folks. Yeah. Uh, you know me. You know what I'm
Oh,
gonna say.
maybe her name is Passion. It's Pashun. I kept saying Pashun.
It doesn't matter what her name
I'm
is. That was
sorry.
that the
I
baby
think
name?
it's
That's the baby's name.
Passion.
Is that the baby's name?
The baby's name is Taylin.
All right. Well, listen. Where's this guy? He's in jail now, right?
Yeah, he's in jail.
Yeah. Give him the death penalty. That's it. I mean, I don't understand. Or just throw him in an alligator pit. And this eye for an eye. This is a terrible story to end the show. The city of
I
Jesus
know. I'm
Christ.
so sorry, but it's
Yeah.
like all the news.
Put number one chat room if you enjoyed the show today. Put number two if you didn't. City's going to end with a baby getting killed and getting thrown in a lake with an alligator. But I'm riding with him. It's all good. This man needs to go to jail for the rest of his life or the death penalty. That's the way I'm looking at it with this.
Yeah. Check on your loved ones, and well, I mean, it goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? These relationships, they're either gonna be cheap or they gonna kill you.
That's right.
Okay. Just at the end of the day, either way, get out of there. That's that's all you can do.
Exactly. And the poor man, this guy needs to go to jail for the rest of his natural life. Okay. Well, thanks, guys, so much. We truly appreciate you. City, thank you so much. A great show today. Put number one chat room if you enjoyed the show for the number two. Uh, and you know what? We're about to get out of here. But Cindy, I guess I'm tickled because we're going to leave you with the last words, Cindy. Before we get out of here, we truly appreciate you guys. Cindy, don't worry about it. It's all good. If you don't have a last word, always fall back from the last word from yesterday. That because they don't even remember the last words from yesterday. Trust me. You can
Oh,
say the last words for 5 days out the week, and you'll be fine.
I know. I got it. I
Okay,
got
go
it.
ahead, Cindy.
If you believe it, you can achieve it.
Nice.
Boom.
Say it one more time, Cindy.
If you believe it, you can achieve it.
Well, there you go.
You can't achieve it unless you believe it.
There you go. Thank God for Jesus. All right, guys, we are out of here. Thank you so much. Let's clap, Cindy. We are out of here, guys. We will see you guys tomorrow. We truly appreciate it. We are out of here. Let's go.